Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Jyotsna Tanigundala. I head the departments of Developmental Intervention and Speech Language Pathology at Daffodils Child Development Center, Hyderabad. I also work as a consultant pediatric speech pathologist at various children's hospitals like Rainbow and the Birthplace Hospitals. Today, I would like to discuss a few important points on how to choose a right therapist for your child. Being a mom myself, I could understand what a parent goes through when we first hear the diagnosis of children having autism disorders, attention deficits, behavioral issues, hearing impairments, or a mere developmental delays. A frightening feeling often creeps up a parent's mind when we know that our children need some external help which we can't provide at home. Immediately, as soon as we hear the diagnosis, we generally tend to deny it. We think it's normal, it's just a delay, and the child will eventually cover up when if we put the child into the schoolings. But this is not the case all the time. Every parent first needs to accept, understand what exactly the diagnosis is and what the child is going through in his developmental phase. Once we do a critical analysis, leaving guiltiness and the logical reasonings behind the child's behaviors, like we haven't taught him, we both are busy working, so we gave a lot of screen times. Such logical reasonings also needs to be kept aside along with the guilty feelings like we have done something wrong or we have not did this. That's why our child has turned up with these delays. Once you start analyzing yourself and critically analyzing the child, keeping our parental emotions aside, then we start accepting the disorders or accepting the child's stage of development. And then we start looking for what to be done next in order to facilitate the child's overall development. Then comes the question of where to go and how to choose the right therapist who can cater my child's needs. Hyderabad itself has a good amount of child development centers and a good concentration of therapists who claims to offer the child related services. Always, as a parent, we should be equipped with certain knowledge before choosing a therapist for your kid. Firstly, try to understand what the child's diagnosis means. For example, what is autism and how its symptoms are going to be and how the child is going to develop eventually with this. Then try to read and understand what all therapy services are required for your particular kid. For example, if I take a child with autism spectrum disorders, a pediatrician or a developmental person, generally we suggest integrated therapies to them. That means we tell them to, that means they need, they need input from various specialities like a speech pathologist, psychologist, and an occupational therapist. So, first of all, as a parent, you should understand the disorder and you should understand what all therapies the child needs, whether he needs only speech therapy, only behavioral, or a combination of these therapies, and so on. So, once you are equipped with the sufficient amount of knowledge, now try to rule out the therapy centers or the child development centers which can cater the specific disorder needs. So that you can take a list of centers suggested by your pediatrician and start reading up their clinical reviews, reading their clinical profiles on the website. Try to understand the credentials and the difference in credentials for various specialities. A credential for occupational therapist and for a behavior therapist is going to be different. Along with the credentials, you also need to know in depth about their clinical profiles and their area of expertise. For example, I might not do the same justice if I take speech therapy to an adult because I am a professional who is clinically experienced in the child development field. Secondly, we need to know whether the concerned person who is guiding your child has a comprehensive knowledge of what the child is going through. It's not about bits and pieces of the cake. You always need to say the child from a wholesome or the comprehensive manner. So these specialty persons should be able to clearly discriminate between when the child needs behavior therapy, when he needs sensory, and when he needs speech therapies. We might recommend all the therapies to the child at the same point of time, but then the amount of focus to each therapy is often going to be differed. Initially, I might place 40% of focus on the behavior therapies and the sensory therapies and only 20% to the speech therapy. Because first of all, I want the child to come and sit at one place. That's like to increase his sitting tolerance and further to increase his focused attention. Only when the child's attention is improved, his overall learning is going to get improved. A part of learning is your language, isn't it? So initially for first 3 months, we might put more focus on the behavior and sensory when compared to the speech. But later on, I might need to decrease my behavior and sensory focus and increase it on the speech, depending on the child's improvements at that moment of time. Also, as a parent, we should understand and we should question the therapist whether they are going to give an individualistic therapeutic plan for your kid at that specific point of time. As each kid is different, their needs are different. There is no same therapy plan which you can follow to all the kids, right? So there would be a relative developments in the children with the stimulation and with the age or with the change in your parenting attitudes. So the therapy plans also need to be tailor made accordingly as per the child's stage of developments. We also should look at how a therapist is dealing with your specific kid. Is your child willing to go back to the therapy centers, willing to mingle well with your therapist with a happy smile? That's what is very important for the overall development of the child. The child ultimately should get that happy feeling from within that if I meet the therapist, I'll be learning something or I'm enjoying performing the activities over there by interacting with the therapist. Parents, please be vigilant and aware about the therapist who claims that just send the kid to the therapist for 3 months and he's going to be normal. You can put him into the schoolings. Always remember, therapists are not magicians and there is no magic wand just to change the kid like this within 3 months. For the overall improvement of the child, lot of efforts has to be kept over there. It's not only from the therapist. A major portion of the effort has to come from the parent and a child. All three needs to be in a frequency. Your therapist, parent and a child. All three needs to be come to a frequency and work together for the betterment of the kid. Just sending the child for 1 hour of therapy is not going to deal. That's not enough for the child to stimulate his neurons. Definitely, a parent has to learn. So, the next tip would be you should ask your therapist, what is my role as a parent in the therapy sessions? Am I allowed to sit in the sessions? Or are you going to deal a part of the session with the child and next part with me? Or are you going to collaborate and sit? Are we both going to sit together in the therapy to work with the child? As various therapists will follow the approaches based on their expertise and based also on the child at that moment of time. Finally, I would like to conclude stating that as a parent, you should first understand your child's diagnosis, know what all therapies are required for him, then choose the list of therapy centers or the therapists available who are dealing clinically with that population. Why I'm specifying it is, if your child is suffering or having autism, go to a therapist who is clinically expertised in dealing with autistic children. Of course, their credentials are equally important, right? But not to a therapist who provides speech therapy for a stuttering people or for a hearing impaired kids. Be vigilant about the therapist who claims that everything would be normal after 3 months or 6 months duration. Always know your role in the therapies as a parent and be free to question your therapist on how is this goal going to enhance my child in his development, and what exactly is this activity catering, and how is this activity catering my child's goal. Please feel free to question your therapist. In our experience, I have seen many parents who are proactive in dealing with these issues, who are proactive in questioning us, or the ones who are going to lead the sessions. Although for those children, it's comparatively easy for them to come out of the therapies and with a better development in their lives. Okay. If you like the video, please like it and please subscribe our channel of Daffodil CDC. There are more topics on the way. If you need discussions on any specific topics, please put it in the comment box. Thank you.